Hello, in this video I show you how to replace the coolant and bleed the cooling system on Mazda 6 MK1. Depending on the engine, the coolant overflow tank might be in different positions and different color, but the procedure is very similar. First, this is the filler cap. First we're going to remove the filler cap, that's where we're going to fill the coolant from, and this is the coolant overflow tank for this engine. Before draining the coolant, first we're going to remove the coolant filler cap. Next we're going to go underneath the car and show you how to drain the coolant. On some engines there is a coolant drain plug, on others there isn't a drain plug on the radiator, so you need to remove the lower radiator hose on the radiator and drain the coolant that way. This is the hose that comes from the radiator, so you can remove that clamp on this side and just drain the coolant from there on this engine. Once the coolant is drained, next we're going to start filling coolant into the system. This is the coolant that I'm using, FL22. So we're going to fill the coolant until it reaches, until it goes all the way to the top. Here where we fill the coolant, this is not a coolant tank, we fill the coolant directly into the radiator. So unlike the coolant tank where there is a minimum and maximum level, here you fill the radiator all the way to the top. And afterwards we're going to look at the minimum and maximum level at the coolant overflow tank. So we continue to fill coolant until it goes up all the way, and then afterwards you're going to see how there is going to be air bubbles coming out, and the coolant level will drop down. So we'll continue to fill until there is no more air bubbles. Here you can see when we fill the coolant to the top, there is air bubbles coming out and the level of the coolant is dropping, so we continue to do that. If the video is useful, please like and comment on the video and subscribe to the channel to see more videos like this. Here you can see we continue to fill the system with coolant. There is still more air bubbles coming out and the coolant level is dropping, so we continue to do that. And now we're going to open the coolant overflow tank and fill coolant just above the minimum level. Okay, so now I filled the coolant just above the minimum level. Next I'm going to press the upper radiator hose as well, and I'm going to continue to fill some coolant into the radiator. Here you can see the level is still dropping, there is still some air coming out. Now next I'm going to press the upper radiator hose just because it's in a high spot, just to make sure there is no air in there. Just continue to squeeze the hose until there is no air coming out from there. And once you stop squeezing the hose, then fill the coolant up to the top again. Then repeat the procedure, squeeze the upper radiator hose again and then fill it up all the way to the top. And then we're gonna go inside the car and start the car. Now I'm going to remove the funnel and we'll see the level of the coolant. You can see here it's almost all the way to the top. Now we go inside the car, turn the ignition on and don't start the car just yet. Go to the heater and turn the heater to the maximum temperature. The maximum temperature on this car is 29 degrees. Then turn the blower motor to the lowest setting or to the number 1 setting, not to the 0, the number 1 setting. This way the heater valve on the heater core opens and then coolant will flow into the heater core. Next we're going to start the car and let the car run until it goes to normal operating temperature. For the car to go to normal operating temperature, it will usually take about 15-20 minutes. So we can go outside the car and just look at the level of the coolant and fill it as necessary. Now we're going to see the level of the coolant. We can see the level of the coolant dropped. The car is running right now. We're going to press the upper radiator hose for a little bit just to make sure there is not air in there. And then I'm going to put my funnel on and start adding coolant until again goes all the way to the top. Here you can see now it's all the way to the top and there is less bubbles coming out, but there are still some bubbles coming out. Here you can see there's some bubbles coming out, not too much, but once the bubbles are coming out, that means the system is being bled. We can see the coolant level is dropping. So now we're going to add some more coolant. Now we can see that when we add coolant, there is no more air bubbles coming out, so that means the system has almost been bled all the way. There's still some coming out, but not too much. Now I'll show you the level of the coolant in the overflow tank. You can see just a little bit above the minimum level. When you turn off the car, you can add the coolant to go to the maximum level. Here we can see the coolant is still to maximum level, so now we're gonna go inside the car and check the temperature. We can see the temperature is almost in the middle between hot and cold, so that means the temperature is almost at normal operating temperature. Next we're going to rev the engine for maybe a minute or two, just to help it warm faster. Just hold the RPM to around 2000 RPM just for maybe 30 seconds, minute and a half, depends on how fast the car will warm up. Once the car warms up, then the heater should start blowing hot air. If the heater starts blowing hot air, that means the coolant system has been bled. I'm going to turn up the heater blower motor, and I will wait for the hot air to start coming out. Once the hot air starts coming out, that means the system has been bled, and then we can turn off the car. In my case, there is hot air coming out, so that means I can turn off the car and just add coolant as necessary into the radiator. First, I'll add coolant into the coolant overflow tank, just do it to the maximum level, and then I'm going to add coolant into the radiator. In the radiator again, just add coolant until it goes up to the maximum level, until it reaches the top. Now we can put on the radiator cap on and the coolant overflow tank cap on, and we're done with replacing the coolant. After the car becomes cold, check the level of the coolant again and add as necessary. Next, I'll show you the bleeding procedure in the service manual. Hopefully the video was helpful. Please like and comment on the video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.